Aman was born into silence, not the peaceful kind, but the kind that comes from being forgotten. He lived in a crumbling slum on the edge of a crowded city, where drains overflowed, wires hung dangerously low, and dreams got swept away with the dust. His parents were rag pickers. Every morning, before the first light of dawn, they left with torn sacks over their shoulders and tired hope in their eyes. Aman watched them go, too young to follow, too old to sit idle. They returned at night, worn and wordless, collapsing onto the floor of their one-room hut. There was no time for bedtime stories. No lullabies. No school bags or pencils. Just survival. School was never a part of Aman's life. Not because he didn't want to learn, but because life had other plans. The nearby government school needed a birth certificate, a uniform, even a pair of shoes. Aman had none of these. But what he did have was curiosity. A burning, aching desire to understand the world beyond his narrow lane. And then one night, everything changed. Under the only working street light near the temple, a man stood on a wooden box. He wore loose clothes and held a tattered Bible. People gathered around him, not many, just a handful. He spoke with energy, fire, and rhythm. Not in Hindi, but in English. It was the first time Aman heard English spoken like that. He didn't understand the words. But the sound, oh, the sound stirred something deep within. It was music, magic, power. That night, he sat at a distance, cross-legged, listening. The preacher spoke of light, of strength, of transformation. Aman didn't catch the meaning, but he caught the feeling. From that night, the streetlight became his classroom. Every evening, Aman returned. He didn't tell his parents. They wouldn't understand. They were too tired to care. He sat in the shadows, unnoticed. He watched the preacher's mouth, his gestures, his energy. Then, after everyone left, Aman would stand in front of a small cracked mirror in his hut, and copy every word he could remember. He mimicked the accent. He practiced the gestures. He stumbled, he mispronounced, he failed. But he didn't stop. Every night became a ritual. Preacher's sermon, mirror practice, whispered repetition, over and over again. Weeks turned into months. Aman collected torn books from garbage heaps. Old textbooks. Scraps of newspapers. He didn't know grammar. But he tried. He circled words. Underlined headlines. Sounded out letters. He taught himself the alphabet with charcoal on the walls. He wrote with his fingers in the dust. His first sentence, I am Aman. I won't learn. The neighborhood kids laughed. Pagal ho gaya hai, they said. Even his mother worried. Stop wasting time, she scolded. Learn work, not words. But Aman smiled. They didn't see what he saw, a bridge. English, to him, was a bridge. From darkness to light. From this slum to something better. Something more. One day, he found a broken radio in the trash. After days of fixing it, it played, and from it came English news. Crisp, fast, difficult. But Aman listened anyway. He paused, rewound, repeated, word by word, day by day. By the age of 16, Aman could understand basic English conversations. He began speaking to foreigners who visited the temple. Hesitant at first, then with confidence. Some were surprised. Where did you learn? They asked. Under that street light, he would say. They thought he was joking. One of them, a social worker, was so moved that she gifted Aman his first English dictionary. That night, Aman didn't sleep. He flipped every page, understood little, but kept going. At 17, he applied for a job at a nearby tea stall that catered to tourists. The owner laughed. Do you even speak English? Aman replied softly, Sir, I learned English under a street light. I may not have a certificate, but I have a voice. The owner stared, then smiled. Let's give you a chance. Aman started as a server. But customers noticed. He greeted in English, took orders fluently, even cracked jokes. One day, a tourist from London recorded his story and posted it online. It went viral. Suddenly, Aman was more than a tea boy. He was a symbol of hope. Journalists came, NGOs visited. His story was published in newspapers. He was invited to speak at schools to tell children that even without a classroom, one can learn. With donations from well-wishers, Aman opened a small open-air school near that same street light. He brought rugs, chalk, a whiteboard. And every evening, slum children gathered. "Repeat after me," he'd say. "Where there is no school, there can still be learning." He taught with stories, songs, mirror exercises, just like he had learned. "Don't be afraid of English," he told them. "It is not a foreign language. It is a friend." His favorite line? "If I can learn under a flickering light, imagine what you can do in the sunlight." Years later, Aman received a scholarship to study education formally. He became a certified English teacher. But he never left his street light. He still teaches there every Sunday. Still tells children, "This is where my journey began." Not in a classroom, not in a school, but here, on this broken footpath, because dreams don't need walls. They need wings. And sometimes, all it takes is a little light. Subscribe now for more interesting and exciting videos. Stay tuned for amazing content.